and each with a pair of division titles. Tony, welcome to the AFC North.
I'm excited to be here.
Wait till you see these two tangle. As we begin with a touchback, the Steelers' career wins. He's now 1-2-7. As you said, 21 of them against Cincinnati. And here's the little end around to begin with Bryant, player of the week. 2nd and 8. They go with Bell. Bell turns it upfield, gets out to about the 31. It'll be 3rd and 4. Steelers face, we'll call it 3rd and 5.
Go!
He's going to dump it off to Bell. He's got all kinds of room and a block upfield. Smith-Schuster tried to hold that block as long as he could. Eventually, fakes going right, looks down the middle, finds his target. It's Antonio Brown who leads the league in receiving yardage.
Run formations with run personnel.
There's Bell looking for something to open up. He waits long enough to find it for 8.
Right there versus right there.
2nd and 2. And that's Bell for the first down. What's interesting about that matchup, you highlight.
If he does, they can win.
First down. Ringing the bell again as Le'Veon picks up another 11. 11 behind DeCastro. And this time Bell is held to about 2. To the end zone, and it is caught by Brown for the touchdown. Brown beat Denard here for the score.
You just see he goes up and runs it inside route. And this throw is high level, everyone. Low, inside, doesn't allow the safety to get there.
A drive that took over 5.5 minutes to travel to 75 yards, and Boswell adds the point after. 7 yards, but already a big factor on that opening drive, including the touch.
You're exactly right that Cincinnati, we said, has had a unique way of shutting him down.
Here's Erickson on the return, running into his teammates. And then he is brought down by Chickalo after just a 13-yard return. They need to get that run game going overall. It has been dormant, and they're going to try it right away as they begin the game with Jeremy Hill.
That's huge. That's going to be important. First down runs.
Until Amari Cooper Thursday night went over 200. 2nd and 5. Dalton throws a strike out to the 37 to Green.
This is exactly what Cincinnati wanted to come out and do today.
It's on the first play for the Bengals. Going to run him again on first down, and this time he's set back a yard by the rookie T.J. Watt. Overall to the Browns, and now he's a member here. 2nd and 10. Oh, and it's pulled down by Green as that looked dangerously close to Artie Burns taking it the other way. It's very active and promising corner for the Steelers. 3rd straight time they run it on first down with Hill, and they've got a yard or two. Gives us a moment to talk about discipline. 2 weeks ago on this field, the Steelers saw Leonard Fournette run past them. Oh, what a hit! And that was Hilton who delivered it, an incomplete pass intended for Gio Bernard. We got a challenge flag out.
Cincinnati is challenging the ruling on the field of a backwards pass.
That's going forward.
That looks forward to me.
After reviewing the play, it was a forward pass. It'll be 3rd and 9 at the 48-yard line. Cincinnati has not charged a timeout.
Good protection. Pass to Croft. And Shazier makes sure he doesn't get past.
Have to get that first down play to create the play action, bootlegs and such.
And there's Hubert. That was Nix coming after him up the middle. And the punt is going to be downed right at about the 9-yard line. The safety on Kansas City's opening possession.
Yes, they just
they're not in the negative. They're +2 on opening drive stops.
An amazing stat there. That's incredible.
That's the 9 plays since the first play of the game was a little end around for Bryant. And another carry that's able to squeeze out maybe another 2.
Really unique, and he's great.
3rd down and 6. Coming in on Roethlisberger. Goes down the middle of the field. And it's incomplete, trying to connect with Eli Rogers.
Pass rush specialist, and we haven't talked enough about how good this Cincinnati defense is. They're outstanding.
Here's Jordan Berry. And that's a fair catch call by Erickson. Cincinnati out of Oklahoma at running back. Mixon, they fake it to him. Dalton in trouble, and he has to just throw it away as T.J. Watt over a lot of people on that sideline in a hurry.
Yeah, the defense, he won over the defense. They were just like, how are we going to win games if we can't score a touchdown?
2nd and 10, there goes Mixon. Mixon with his longest run of his rookie season before Vince Williams is able to deck him. On the run by Mixon, who was averaging only 2.8 yards a carry through the first 5 games. And there's your run, Tony. He spins away, and then is knocked down after 1. A couple of plays ago, they held Kareem Hunt to only 21 yards for the game last week. And a completion over to LaFell. Very active start. Here comes the blitz. Dalton's pass. True to Green for a first down. Bernard helped pick up a blitzer. Mixon the running back. Take the toss. Bootleg. Dalton sidearm. And Uzama cannot hold on to it.
Dynamic.
2nd and goal. Handoff Mixon for 2. And when you met with Andy Dalton last night, it's 3rd and goal. Rushing 3. Dalton has his touchdown. That's LaFell across the middle of the field in the end zone. And Cincinnati is able to march.
So watch right here in the middle of the field. You're going to see LaFell come up and get inside of Mitchell. And that's just a perfectly thrown ball spotted inside where his guy or nobody gets it.
Dalton's 150th career touchdown pass. Understand the system.
Yeah, they don't have Eifert, you don't have Ross, and that's 2 big guns they were hoping to really have this year. That can really change you offensively.
4 and 2, playing at Baltimore. We'll see you Thursday night. For that one, Bell in heavy traffic. Brought down after a rush for only 1 by Pat Sims. To close out the first quarter, a good first quarter it was. Well, he has the starring role. 2nd and 9. Complete to Rogers. And he's able to weave his way around a few Bengals for 10 and a first down. League for the many things he did to contribute to the NFL. That's Connor with the carry. The rookie who played his college.
He's like
that one really got him.
He couldn't take that you were being nice.
2nd and 5. Standing in the pocket, connecting with his tight end, McDonald. The former 49er now starting to get the system.
Training camp is huge.
First down. 7-step drop. Down the middle. Open. Wide open is Juju Smith-Schuster for the touchdown. Little game of hide and seek. Count to 10 and come find me.
That's fantastic.
I got to give this one major style points.
Just going to bust and let him run right through the defense. And Ben just waits it out and slides in the pocket subtly.
That's the 3rd touchdown already for the rookie out of USC. And then Smith-Schuster at the touchdown. And this will be run out by Erickson. Erickson, who's a really good returner, is thrown down by Roosevelt Nix at the 26. And by the way, again, it's the 3rd touchdown. Running play on first down with Mixon. He's got 3. We go to Tracy. But a way of life, to your point. 2nd and 8. Dalton, deep, and over the head of LaFell.
Now, you're exactly right, Jeff. They do it here.
3rd and 8. Dalton, middle, open. Erickson, first down at the 50. Jeremy Hill returns as the running back. And it's a flea flicker. Dalton gets it away. Down the field he goes, and it's over everyone's head. His season. 2nd and 10. Mixon still going.
Not only season, but there's a chance. Palmer, remember, he was talking about retirement last offseason. He's got a flag on the play.
Holding. Defense number 96. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. Automatic first down.
First down off the penalty at the 44. Gonna dump it off to Mixon. And Shazier the last to bounce him out. 2nd and 2. Takes the handoff into the line. Looking for help, and he gets it. LaFell jumps up and grabs it. Right side. 2nd-year wide out of Ole Miss. Draw play, Mixon. Finds an opening. And takes off down to the 10. He is seeing some running lanes for the first time in his young career.
Yeah.
Go back to him. And the Steelers say, no way. That's Hayward with the stop. Total yards. Bell has 55 for the Steelers. There's Dalton to the end zone and throwing it away as Mike Mitchell was the closest one to it.
Have to hope he can wait this out.
There's the pass to LaFell, and he shoved out at the 1. From the 1. Dalton going up top, open for the touchdown. It's Tyler Croft. What a call.
Dalton's going to have right there. Croft just gets right behind him. They all play the run. Sliding left, Andy throws it just over the outstretched hand.
For Eifert's replacement with Eifert done for the year. Has his 3rd touchdown, and Bullock knocks it at 14.
That's a division game for you, though, Jim. They know each other so well that you can sometimes win schematically within the division if you can change it up for that week.
Watson tackled at the 21. I told you all. Hayward Bay is on the field for Pittsburgh. And a running play. Nice starting first down carry. So many other little subplots and moments not to be believed that night in Cincinnati. Here's 2nd and 3. And Roethlisberger with players around him.
With a great throw to the sideline.
Hitting that elbow. 3rd and 3. And it looked like Lawson may have jumped for Cincinnati.
Think they got him.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 58. 5-yard penalty results in a first down.
When Cincinnati and Pittsburgh are on the field together. First down carry, Le'Veon Bell. Oh, about that collision with Sean Williams. 2nd and 2. Underneath, a wiggle. What a move, Bell. Stiff arm, and he throws down the defender. Got a block upfield. That was Bryant delivering a block down the field.
And everybody else on the football field. I mean, look at the stiff arm on Kirkpatrick.
I mean, he just threw him down.
Again. Hey, excuse me. Hey, you want to hit me on the play before? I'm coming back.
Look how
shot if you want it.
He went for 42 with a pass play. And now he runs it. Falls at the 14 after 3 in his 6th year as the offensive coordinator. And we've got another player across. And whistles, no play.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense number 55. Unimpeded to the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
2nd one on this drive against Cincinnati. From the 9. Handed off to Bell, and he falls forward for a first. 1st and goal to go, coming up from just inside the 7. He picks up 2 and a first. And now with 1st and goal. Then gives it to him again. Bell. Met first by Michael Johnson.
You see him right here. He's inside right there.
2nd and goal. Play action. Roethlisberger turns around. Finds Bryant, and he is slung down. Looking for another option. Rolls out, fires, incomplete. William Jackson on the coverage.
3 or 4 guys have to communicate because your antenna should go up. Where is this guy?
22-yard kick is good by Boswell. There's Erickson backing up and not going to entertain that one. Throws by Dalton. Oh, almost into the hands of Davis.
Worst thing to mix a run in here.
Here it is with Bernard. Backed up a couple. And a timeout called by the Steelers right away.
Yep, and they should. 3rd and long.
Bolton slides over, tucks it under. And the Steelers call another timeout. I cannot be Romo-esque. Could I really? Not with a fair catch, you can't. At the 22.
Well, they can't double him. Cincinnati has to communicate now. Find out where he is.
Bell grabs it. Yeah, it would have been better letting it go. Completion for a loss of 7. Roethlisberger up ahead, and it's caught right between 2 Cincinnati defenders. Got William Jackson on him. Across the middle. Oh, and he slips out of it. And he got out of bounds. Saw Tomlin in that sideline applauding that effort by Juju. 2nd and 2. First down. McDonald to the 43.
And that's their Heath Miller against this coverage.
And now stops it at 22 seconds.
12 men on defense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Anywhere on an out-breaking route to the sideline.
Warren for the big one. Going to the end zone. And it's going to draw a flag on Kirkpatrick.
It's a hold.
Pass interference. Defense over 27. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
15 seconds. To the end zone and off the hands of McDonald. Brings Bell back alongside, and they run it. And Dunlap was on it.
Timeout. Oh. I don't love that, Jim.
Could have called timeout at 7 seconds.
I think Mike's saying he did.
17 for 17 in his career field goals against the Bengals. This one just 24 yards, and he drills it. And we reach halftime.
In general, for the whole season. And so, I mean, it's really just uniquely crazy how they just dominate when they play away from their home city.
It's Erickson with the run back from the goal line. Fails to make it to the 20. Tracy, down to you. The 3rd quarter. Fake to Hill. Pass wide of the mark. Trying to connect with Cody Core.
And that's not good for the Cincinnati team.
And like they did at the beginning, they open up this second half with Hill and Mixon on the sideline. Hill chopped. As Dalton's in trouble. Able to escape, and look at him take off. Takes off, and he's a yard short. Tried to dive for it, but Shazier
playing really high-level football right now.
Hubert. His 3rd punt earns another fair catch by Brown at the 23.
Drive.
We start this drive with a handoff to Bell, who backs in for 3.
Just that good. And Cincinnati's feeling that today.
2nd and 7. And a little gallop move. And Bell has a first down, another big chunk. Roosevelt Nix is seeing more action in this game. Working him here on this drive. 3 straight carries. Picks up only 3. Perfect in on that tackle.
I mean, it's just so unique and important.
They fake to him. Trying to set up a long one. Mid-length pass knocked down. Good defensive play by William Jackson, who had that pick 6. Starting free safety just stepped out for this play. 3rd and 8. Roethlisberger pass caught. Caught by Brown.
Hubbard.
4th catch for Brown in this game. Bell. Down to about the 34. They will. With Bell, stutter steps and goes for another first down. That's the other thing. We talk about his receiving ability.
Fence and field.
Got a new set of downs. He's got the football again. This time it's Michael Johnson coming over and falling on his back. Pick up of 1. And they move Grimble over to the left side. They let Bell follow Nix. Bell cuts back and picks up another good gainer. Might be about a foot shy of the first.
Oh, nope, he's still going to hand it off to the right.
There it is. And Cincinnati read it as well as Michael Johnson, for the 3rd straight time, makes the play off the right hash mark. And Boswell's kick is good again.
Yeah, they're moving the ball well, that's obvious, but sometimes they'll come back to haunt you. But Cincinnati needs a scoring drive here.
And Erickson will not run it out. It's their 2nd series of the afternoon. And go with Bernard on the handoff. He's got a little opening. And he's thrown down by Hayward, but that's a good start. Butler, the defensive coordinator for the Steelers. 2nd and 3, Dalton. Good throw, and it is intercepted off the deflection. That pass was a little too outside for A.J. Green. And Joe Hayden has his first pick as a member of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Good football, first pick, and you see this ball, it's just a hair out in front. And A.J. can't get there, but if you watch, let's see. Yeah, he's got it. That's going to be an interception. They did their job.
Yeah, they were staying away from him. And now it's Bell. And there's quick contact. And may be able to pick up 1.
Okay. Could put Cincinnati in a big hole.
2nd and 9. It's Bell. Setting up 3rd and 1. And getting a block by one of the backup tight ends, Grimble.
And do the same thing and just hand it off to the right again. Are they just going to trust him? Nope, they set it up for this one.
Yep, they go deep to the end zone, and it's knocked down. Brilliant play by William Jackson. Oh, it looked like Brown.
Whether a guy was there to see it on the right side.
Boswell from 49 yards, getting a lot of work. And he delivers every time. He had 6 field goals. These field goal tries for Boswell keeps increasing. 22, 24, 41, and 49.
Cincinnati's D keeps standing up when they have to on those 3rd and short yardage.
Backfield for the first time in the 2nd half. And Dalton's going to throw it to him. And he is pushed back. Ball was out for a moment. That was Sean Davis who delivered that blow. Completion, first down, C.J. Uzomah. Dalton, yeah, that's improvising to Mixon for 6 more. You had quite a few to Dez as that point was made by the guys in the studio, and here's a 2nd and 4. Oh, what a job to catch it, but out of bounds. Cody Core. They need 4. And it is intercepted again. It's William Gay with the pick. Oh, and a late hit by Fisher.
Look what's up.
Oh, and going for the big ball here. Trying to get Bryant.
Great play by Sean Davis.
Belt. Oh, look at him charge and drive for the first down when it looked like it might have been a couple yards short. Consecutive game, and he gets a pick in it. 5 career pick sixes, by the way. And on first down, that's a 1-yard loss for Bell. Bryant, in the end, non-issue with us. But they sure are trying to get him into some plays here today as Bell loses another yard this time. Glasgow with the tackle. In traffic, somehow threaded to Grimble, and where will they spot it? He spotted a yard short.
CBS people ever show a replay of the line, and we're seeing that it's not. And now if we see a replay of that line, we'll see. Let's see, his feet are on the line. Now that's closer than where they got it, but you wouldn't win a challenge on that right now. And at them, or unless Antonio's one-on-one at the bottom, he has a choice.
You got Watson as the running back. He's the power back. And he looks to be stopped short. He tried to back his way into it. Oh, it looks like a generous spot on the near side.
Yeah, it depends. Oh, they gave it to the guy who had the Pittsburgh spot.
Shows first down by a chain link.
Marvin's going to 100% throw a challenge flag here.
And it's already out. And back in the pocket.
Cincinnati is challenging the ruling on the field.
As the near side official did. And this is what we've got a great angle on it. Again, it's Terrell Watson's the ball carrier years ago.
The runner was short of the line to gain. Please reset the game clock to 14:57. It'll be first down, Cincinnati.
Defense keeps him.
Cincinnati won both challenges. They get a third challenge.
That have nothing to do with football.
You're all technologically savvy.
That's me, isn't it? First down run and half. Dalton gets the pass play over to Croft. 3rd and 3. And there's a sack turned in by that Pittsburgh defense, and it's Watt again. He has his 4th sack in game number 7, 4 overall on the season. Fair catch. Brown stepped away at the last moment.
Boy, that was big.
Yeah. I mean, that cost him like almost 15 yards down to the 4.
Watch them. That's who's carrying that football team right now.
There's Bell. Straight ahead to the 10. 2nd and 4. And again, that's Bell doing what he does.
Same formation. They're going to throw it.
Then launch it up into the air. And no flag.
Keeping them in the game.
And a failure on 4th and 1 as well. Barry's punt. Good one to the 36. It's Erickson. Erickson with the big return to the Steelers' 45. That's a 19-yard run back off a 51-yard punt.
All those guys next to Andy. And they still can't protect him, Jim.
Got no chance. Alu. Dupree was there first. Now with just 25 yards of offense in the second half. Here they come again. Dalton's pass right between both Mixon and LaFell. Their pick. 3rd and 21, or a sack. And that's what it is as Dupree does it again. In there like he was on first down. An incompletion and 2 sacks of Dalton. Hubert to Brown. Swarmed under at about the 22.
Run this ball right up to the right over to Castro, don't they?
Yeah, go in the middle, favoring the left side that time with Bell for a brief gain, but
Out of the 8. And the one time the offense was better, the defense was number 2 in the league in 1979.
There's Bell.
If they want to get back there to the Super Bowl, they've made a concerted effort, handed to the right, and just said, "Go get it, Olivia." I'm done. I mean, they come out in the same formation on all these.
Not the short
Approachment.
yard specialist.
Defense number 96.
And Dunlap.
5-yard penalty.
Veteran
For
quarterback.
a first down.
Wait another 6-7 seconds to snap this.
Bell bouncing right into Vincent Ray after 3. It's Kansas City and here through 3.5 quarters against the Bengals. 2nd and 7. And Jackson, the defender, got his hand on it.
Even playing right now. So you don't want to see Pittsburgh if they're healthy late in the year.
3rd and 7. In and out of the hands of Smith-Schuster, and Kirkpatrick helped make that an incompletion. Oh, and it's a fake and a pass, and it's open. Completed to Hayward Bay. Incredible. Robert Golden took the short snap. They run a fake punt leading at 26-14.
Bay, watch. You see that? Now what happens is he gets the call. He tells the center. And just Denard tries to be too cute, taking too long to get out there.
In his passing career, he did this back in a game in 2014. 25-yard completion at that time.
He's got a pretty efficient.
2nd and 8. Bell. Just inside the 10. And again running behind DeCastro. 3rd and 4.
This is a big play here. This keeps Cincinnati in the game if they hold them.
Bell tries to back into it, but he's a yard short. This is from 25. And he's 5 for 5.
It's hard to score. Green today with 3 receptions for 41 yards.
How about this game? We had 4 touchdowns in the first quarter and a half. Over the Broncos. Dalton. And that's another sack. How about Denver? How do you figure? You know, they were going good, and then the Giants beat them last Sunday. Here's Bernard just getting back to the line of scrimmage. Giving up only 153 yards passing a game. They've given up just 130 to Dalton. As Croft falls within 2 or 3 of the first.
No way Pittsburgh comes after him, do they?
They rush 4. Dalton tries to keep the play alive, and why throw it away? This is Connor. Connor for 11.
It's that Golden for Pittsburgh has more yards than Andy Dalton in the second half. I don't know. Do we have a stat on that?
It's close, but you're going to be right, because Andy's going to be right around 28 yards passing in the second half. That's going to end the streak of 34 straight games for the Bengals, having at least one. That was the longest streak in the league coming in. We're saying we're out of sync early in the season.
That's just Le'Veon Bell just getting back healthy.
And Bryant coming back into the fold.
You're exactly right.
What's interesting about that, of course, Kansas City beat New England. Pittsburgh beat Kansas City. They admits defeat. They just will let this one go at 29-14. The last 15 points of the game, field goals by Chris Boswell.